I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-Minute Convos, where I help you create a brand of your own unique real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Stacey Perlin. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
Absolutely fantastic. And yourself?
I'm excellent as can be. Please tell us, what part of the world are you in right now?
I'm actually calling from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, which is the seasonally above temperature tonight. And it seems like a nice, easy fall evening. Everyone's out and about. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
My ability is to have difficult conversations. No. My skills as an intuitive tarot card reader, actually.
Oh, that's intriguing. Who did you learn that skill from?
Oh, gosh, a long time ago, I think when I was probably about 16 was when I picked up my first deck of cards. But to be honest, I mean, I started having those conversations when I was a kid. I was raised on planes, trains, and automobiles. So we worked in a currency of story very early on in my life. So I got listening to people and understanding their life's journeys. And so that really worked to get an understanding of that whole overall framework of life.
That's intriguing. Why will you continue to repeat that skill?
Oh, it gives as good as it gets. You know, you help people to better understand their own lives and to get perspective so that it doesn't seem so overwhelming. And it reminds you that life isn't so overwhelming and everybody has the same troubles, you know?
That's intriguing. So how does it work?
How does it work? Well, okay, so for my particular journey, I describe myself as an intuitive tarot card reader because I really do rely half on my feelings and empathic abilities as much as I do with the card readings, and the trust that what the cards are bringing to the table is what we need to talk about. And to be honest, I mean, that also comes from, the last 16 years of training the card deck that I use to really get to the heart of the matter really quickly so that we can talk about meaningful things in a short period of time.
So is the card, in your eyes, a life entity in itself?
I like to see the cards as this really crazy textbook of life. The way that the 78 cards are spread out is you've got these major ones and the minor ones. And really it's all about, someone's crazy life story is these cards. And so when you pull out the cards, you're kind of going, let's talk about this particular journey for you at this particular stage, because it's a universal book. Everybody goes through the same experiences to a certain degree. So it's really a great equalizer to then say, okay, well, let's just talk about it because it's just life. And then all of a sudden it can be just life instead of, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can get out of bed today, which is so empowering as a professional.
It's a compass, similar to a compass.
Yeah. And the big thing I find is well, I mean, my taglines are see the goods and see the good and find your strengths. And that really pushes the ownership back on the person that I'm doing the reading for to then take ownership of seeing their good and finding their own strengths. And then it takes it so that they don't feel so much of a victim in their own life.
Where's the best place for someone to connect with you?
These days, online. I think it's easy for everybody to connect easily online. So I've got my Facebook group, Card Readings with Stacey, and then I've got my about.me page, /Stacey Perlin.
There we go. Well, Stacey, tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
So what I thought would be the most meaningful is my teaching as I work. I obviously have a day job like a lot of people. My card readings is something that I've used as an anchor throughout my life and through the stages of my growth and development. And so I find that when I'm doing my card readings that it really does allow people to better connect to what the potential is in their life and to believe that is something that is meant for them in their destiny.
How does that make you feel?
It makes, the teaching bit that, over the last 3 years, it allows me to share expertise so that people feel like they're a collaborator. in their own destiny, and that they're not coming to you to tell them what to do, how to think. And like, just like I found any mental health practitioner that I've worked with, or any, mentor or trainer, that collaborative aspect is so key. So teaching as you work reinforces it, that then allows you to feel that you're truly in a place that benefits both you and the person you're doing the reading for.
You are an intellect. Wow.
With a heart. It's weird.
It's amazing. Wow. Why would you suggest to someone that they do what you've done by combining your passion with your purpose?
Pardon me, can you repeat that?
Sure. Why would you suggest to someone that they do what you do, that you've done, that you do? Yeah, it's present continuous. That you do, combining your passion with your purpose.
Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a hard one to say. It's a hard one to do, for sure. It basically just comes down to do what you can't not do.
I love that.
People they have so many, like I was joking with a friend of mine earlier with the card reading, and we said, I told her, I said, I read something that was brilliant. I said, when you run out of all the comfortable options, then you're stuck with all the uncomfortable options. So oftentimes yes, it can be scary, but at the same time, you're just going to get there. It's a matter of time, because you're going to do everything that you want to do, that you're totally okay with. And then when that stuff doesn't work or doesn't get you the life that you want, then you're going to have to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. And so that's where combining things takes the fear out of it, that you can get enthusiastic and curious and engage in your own existence to a place where it can be a place that doesn't just give you a survival aspect or an outlook. It gives you a place where you truly can thrive.
There we go. Amazing audience. You're hearing it live here again from Stacey Perlin. Stacey is spelled with Stacey, just a note. Stacey, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Stacey, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Oh, gosh. It's a funny one. It's so of course big fizzy family house and all that stuff, and of course I was the oldest, taking care of everybody from the get go. And I remember, we were playing around my mom while she was trying to lay down for a nap, and she said the most horrifying thing: "Please don't jump on me, or you will squish your little brother." I've heard stories of their first memories, and a lot of them are shocking in that regard.
Yeah, you're definitely one of the first to share that memory.
Yeah, I'm a unique one that way, but I think I early on had to deal with some harsh realities of life that way.
So how old were you in this memory?
I was about that average age, so about that 3.
Right,
probably definitely 2, get on 3. I was an early, what do you call those old indigo children? Reading at the age of 2. So having conversations at 3 about crushing your unborn. It's actually really right on par with things. Yeah.
Yeah. That's intriguing. So how do you see that memory connecting to who you are today?
I still definitely don't jump on my mom. I think it's that nurturing thing. It's kind of it's somebody just giving you a heads up. Oftentimes I feel like a lot of what I do with work that gives the most benefit to people is make them feel like I've given them a heads up of what's ahead, so that they don't feel like they've got a plan, and that takes away so much of our frustration with life.
Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Of course.
I love the idea that you are so powerful that you should exercise care where it is interacting with others, because you can possibly squish them.
I like that. I like that. That's something I've definitely been getting better at, is being careful around others, because I'm such a wonderfully blunt object sometimes.
Well, Stacey, if we fast forwarded to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Favorite song when I was 12? I would have been in northwestern Ontario, living in a town of 5,000 people, so it probably would have been something by the Tragically Hip.
Do you remember one song?
Oh gosh. you know what? Let's go with Alanis Morissette, actually. Let's go with Jagged Little Pill.
Yeah, definitely Jagged. All right, Stacey, we've arrived at our destination. But before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
I'm ready, okay.
Stacey, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
I have, yes.
Are you married?
I am not, no.
Do you have children?
Definitely not, but the world is my children.
Do you believe in God?
I believe in a higher power.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Oh, absolutely.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No, not that long.
How
I
about
can't sit still that long.
How about 3 hours a week?
Oh, definitely. I do need some downtime.
And what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Oh, I work in communications for film festivals, so I'm on the computer a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, I get a lot of screen time.
If you, Stacey, had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that sums up who Stacey Perlin is, what would you say that is?
Be your own carny. I don't know. I don't think that actually is very good at all. Hold on. Actually, that statement in itself would actually be way more appropriate for me. You know, I think just be good to yourself. I think that's probably the biggest thing right now, especially during the holidays. We all just need to remind ourselves to be good to ourselves. I've been doing a lot of self-care messaging because we often forget that right now. So I had a funny picture with a cat sitting be a self-care kitty.
Stacey, this has been a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
Thank you so much for listening. I greatly appreciate the opportunity, and it'll be a joy if we can connect in the future. So thank you so much.
Most definitely. Stacey Perlin, thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thanks again.
You're welcome.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.